nice, so nice. Hi, I'm Dennis Gage, and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week we're in Belleville, Ontario, about 2 hours east of Toronto, for Wheels on the Bay. This is a great show held in the beautiful Zwick's Centennial Park, and man, it is packed with some really cool cars. There's a lot going on around here, so I think we should check it all out. It's a copper penny Canadian truck. You don't see that every day. That is a cool ride. Don, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
So, like, Wheels on the Bay, eh?
Absolutely. We're Canadian, right?
You're Canadian, eh? No, what a cool show. What a cool setting. What's this park?
Zwick's Centennial Park.
Zwick's Centennial, right? And I mean, we're right on the water.
We are on the water. It's an actual island. We are surrounded by water.
We are surrounded by water. And surrounded by cars.
Absolutely beautiful cars.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff here today. These people are coming from, we've talked to people who come 3-4 hours to get here.
Yeah, or further. I think there's some guys from, Quebec, Nova Scotia, actually, to be honest with you.
You're kidding?
No.
So you got a lot going on. I mean, there's a great car show going. I heard what sounded like a burnout contest.
Yes, we have a burnout pit. Rev competition, a pinup contest, vendor alley, of course, 50 vendors in there.
And then tonight, you all go downtown.
Downtown tonight, we're going to do a cruising from 5 to 8 p.m.
So people seem to be having a good time, and there's a lot to do. Do you publicize this thing?
Yeah, we do a lot of social media.
Everything you do to get the word out.
Plus, we have a truck. We have a brand new truck that's completely wrapped.
You know, I saw.
And you're actually on it.
I'm actually on that truck.
You are.
Who is that? Who is that handsome dude? I mean, really? I look pretty good on that truck, I must say. But yeah, there's, and I love coming up to the Canadian shows because I always see stuff that I don't see in the States.
Absolutely.
I mean, certainly there's Canadian cars at Beaumont City Canyon. But there's been some really stunning cars here today.
Nice.
In fact, there's a couple of here I'd like to show you. What do you say?
Sure.
Check it
Let's
out.
go.
Come on, man. Jake, cool car. Very cool car.
Thank you.
Cool interviewee. I think you're the youngest guy I've ever interviewed. How old are you?
I'm 13.
You're 13. This is a car you're very familiar with, 1960.
3 Bel Air Wagon.
And we're up in Belleville, Canada, but where'd this come from?
New Mexico. I got driven home from New Mexico.
That must have been quite a ride. Did it look like this then?
No, it was very ugly, baby blue with all gold plated and.
Obviously, over a number of years, it was transformed into this.
Yeah, a very cool car.
I like the orange, the gold, the pinstriping around it, and then this is what, basically leopard, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
It's sitting low. Is it on? What's it on?
It's on airbags.
It is?
Yeah, it'll come up and then.
And then otherwise, is the running gear pretty much Chevy? It's pretty much stock?
Yeah.
Totally dig the interior though. This is so cool.
We try to go all tiki theme.
I would say.
Leopard print, as you can see, the tiki shifter and the hula girl.
Was it a bucket seat car originally?
No.
Oh, so you had to do that too, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we built all the console.
But you kept a stock dash, pretty much, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you even got leopard on your sun visors. I like that, man. This is also some really big flake.
Yeah, it was hard to get on.
I bet. That's about as big a flake as you can spray.
Yeah.
But then back here, it's the freaky tiki?
Yeah, Wagoon.
Oh, Wagoon.
Yeah.
These are old
Coleman coolers.
Coleman coolers turned into your
subwoofers.
Oh man. Well, I love it. I think it's really a cool car.
Thank you.
I think we should have a look at the engine. What do you say?
I'm okay with that.
All right, man.
So the motor is a 305 with a little bit bigger of a cam in it. Got the surfboard there, custom. Did all that work too. Bunch of people have signed it. Steve Garnell from Welder Up Garage, Vegas Rat Rods, Chip Foose, Jimmy Shine.
I've actually even put my John Henry on there. Yep.
Just put a new radiator in it. It runs at about 180 now.
So I mean, this is a cruising machine, man.
Yeah.
This thing's got to be a blast. Wow. And you do that with authority. So have you always been into cars?
Always, my whole life.
Your whole life. And you like old cars?
Yeah.
What's your dream car? Or is this it?
This is it, basically. I got a couple other ones that I really like. I like the SS Camaros and.
Well, you got a lot of time. You got a lot of time. And you're starting out with a good one. So 63 Bel Air Wagon from New Mexico all the way to Canada.
Yeah.
Way cool. Thanks, Jake.
Thank you, Dennis.
Lori, this is stunning.
Thank you.
I'm a T-Bird guy. I'm a turquoise guy. Like, you won the lottery today. Or I did. This car's here. This is just gorgeous. This is a 55, right?
Yes.
But this thing has had some really, really tasteful work done on it. To me, this is what a T-Bird should look like. You know, this beautiful turquoise.
It's a 2013 Bentley Special Edition. It's called a Celeste Pearlescent Blue. That's why the car is named Celeste.
But everything is just so clean. Everything about it is so straight. I was even noticing your grill is so nice. Is that a reproduction or is that the real deal?
That was the original grill that we got of the very few parts that we had. So Brad and I worked very hard to dolly out all the little dents, and yeah, and it actually worked. He cut the bumpers, narrowed them, brought them into the car, capped the ends, and had them re-chromed, and they turned out stunning. I couldn't stop looking at them when we got them back.
And the grill too. I mean, this whole front end is just so clean, and the wheels on it really work. I think, you know, you got the low profiles and they're Budnik, aren't they?
Yeah, 18s and 20s.
This interior just kills me. This is gorgeous. You know, I look at the burl wall and I go, oh, that feels Jaguar or maybe even Mercedes. And in fact, that is Mercedes, right? Even the shifter's Mercedes.
Yes.
Aha.
I was not a huge fan of the original T-Bird. I didn't like the hump, so I said to my husband, I want a very clean dash. I just want a very clean inside.
This gauge cluster's great.
That's from a 36 Oldsmobile. So my husband went to the junkyard, found the oldest gauge cluster he could find, and basically that was one of the first pieces we had, so we built the dash around that.
Well, I like putting the center and then you have the symmetry and everything. And it's interesting because this really looks factory, the way this burl walnut is done. What are the seats out of? Because they look really cushy.
These seats are out of a Jag. He cut them down, made them fit the car.
And then, you know, back here in a 55, you've cleaned it up so much. Wow.
And again, it was just to keep it looking like a T-Bird, but updated.
Now, this would have originally had like the 312 Thunderbird Special in it, and I'm sure you didn't leave that untouched. Let's go see what you got.
Absolutely.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so that's no 312.
No.
That's a 4.6, this is a mod motor, right?
Yes, 4.6 liter. It'll scat.
Yeah. You're not sitting on a T-Bird frame anymore either.
We ordered a custom Art Morrison chassis.
I mean, Laurie, this thing is gorgeous. I mean, this is as pretty a T-Bird as I have ever seen in my life.
Thank you.
1955 T-Bird with a 4.6 Art Morrison chassis. Stunning interior. I love your car.
Thank you. I love my car too.
Beautiful. Well, George, this car got my eye rolling in. You're actually the builder of this car for your buddy, your childhood buddy, Kevin, right?
Yes.
It's got that 60s Big Daddy Ed Roth, George Barris, you know, it's got that feel. Was that what you were going for?
Exactly. We were going for 65-6 era.
It's a 26 T body?
Correct.
That's not a Ford frame.
That's a 32 Chevy frame, and it's a 32 Ford rad shell.
So you mixed and matched.
Yes.
Nice discs on there, so the thing's apparently built to drive.
Yes, the car gets driven. It's a 1970 351 Windsor.
And it doesn't really look like that. I mean,
Thank you.
Oh, you were going for that, were you? So you're able to dress it up to give it that 60s
Yes,
feel.
and that's an imitation Crowler fuel injection backed by Don Garlitz.
I mean, is it just sitting on top of a
650 Holly double pump.
So that's all just for show?
Yeah.
How cool.
But the engine is built to turn on. It cranks on well.
Well, you know, 351's a nice engine too. It's real reliable and nice size. Now, did you have to hand fabricate the headers, or did you were able
the
to?
headers are actually Speedway.
Wow, I love your visor. It's like, where's this car from, eh?
Well, you see lots done with holes,
yeah.
but we wanted to represent that we were Canadian.
Well, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. And you carried that whole 60s theme here into the interior. I just love the metal flake vinyl. Man, it's just so cool. So what all have you done in here?
Well, we have a fake 8-track front that opens up with a CD player in there.
Okay.
We have a shortened 66 Corvair steering column with a custom-made adapter for a boat steering wheel. A pair of 66 Mustang buckets. The garnish moldings around all the windows I hand fabricated.
You're kidding. That wasn't easy.
Oh, no, that was very hard. And then the windshield is functional as well.
So it kicks out?
Yes.
And then how about your gauge cluster?
Stuart Warner with a Speedway finned aluminum panel.
Even the headliner, the diamond gold.
We tried to keep it corresponding with the roof insert on top.
So this is even vinyl up here too, isn't it? Man,
yes.
That is totally cool. The chute's not functional, is it?
And we were doing a functional chute, and I have an anchor inside, but the trunk is so tight, he uses this to store his cleaning supplies.
So, I mean, does this get a lot of love wherever it goes?
Oh, it's a real attention getter.
Yeah, it just works. This is a pretty car, man. So 26 T body, Chev frame, 351 Windsor. This thing's a blast. I love it. Nice
Thank
work,
you.
George. Beautiful. Well, Rodney, this is a really pretty car. And I saw you actually sliding in. I wouldn't even call it rolling. You were sliding in because it's so low down and stuff. Beautiful 60 Impala. Shaved some handles and stuff, but otherwise you haven't done much modification to the body, have you?
No, the body is pretty much all stock.
And what's the color?
I actually took one of my little die-cast cars in and had it scanned.
said, I want this.
And I said, how close can we match this? And it turned out to be violet fire mist.
And again, even in front, you've, I mean, it's just a stock 60,
Oh,
right?
oh, that's a 59 Impala bumper I put on there.
Is that what it is? I thought something was a little different. You must be on air ride or something. She's down.
It's on air brakes, yes.
It really looks chopped, but you didn't chop it.
No, I didn't chop it.
Well, you drop it down and that roof really kind of squashes down, and the interior is
Yep.
just gorgeous.
Thank you.
The 59 and 60 dash are about the coolest dashes I think that were ever put in a car.
The dash is painted to match the interior.
Kind of a satin finish or something? Or?
Yeah, I didn't want the shiny finish.
And in the seats, those aren't 59 seats. are
No,
they?
no, they're 64 Impala seats.
Was it a bucket car? Or?
No, it was a factory bench car with
Factory
a column
bench?
shifter.
Wow, so you had to do the console
Yeah,
too?
yes, I hand fabricated the whole interior. That's what
Really?
that's what I do for a living. Yeah.
That explains why it looks so good.
And I made a custom headliner.
Oh, geez, that's beautiful, yeah. The 59 is different from the 60 and the
Yes,
taillights for sure.
Yes, that's right.
You know, the 60's got those, what I always call the Siamese cat.
That's right,
of the
that's
59
right.
And the 60 had the three. These are caddies, so these are,
Well, they're caddy replicas.
yeah. And then they must have red,
They have red LED bulbs in it, yes. Yes.
those factory skirts? Or,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they were on the car when I got it.
You've done so much, you must have changed the engine too. Let's see what you got up there, okay? Oh wow, she's purple in here too, isn't she?
There's a lot of purple, yeah.
there's a lot of purple.
That's what my body shop said. How much purple do you want?
We can put it everywhere. What is it, LT1? Or?
It's a 94 Chevy Impala SS motor
Oh, is it?
and tranny, yes.
Oh wow. So you really kept the Impala thing going here.
And then the Corvette covers fit on the intake perfectly, so to fool everybody, I said, let's do it. So,
They're kind of your interior color.
well, that is the interior
That is
color.
the interior color. They aren't kinda. They are the interior.
No, that's the actual paint that I use inside the car.
I see. You know, it's kind of neat. You use just a little bit of, like, I'm assuming stainless back there. Is that actually?
No, that's acrylic mirror.
It's acrylic mirror, and you don't have the whole firewall, but it's just to give you that touch.
Yeah.
It really.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So does it go down the road pretty nice?
Yeah, that ride's really nice, yes.
Did you trailer it here?
No, I drive it.
You drive this thing?
I drive it everywhere, all over Ontario.
Really? How
Yeah.
far today?
Oh, about 3 hours.
Holy cow! 1960 Impala, really a cool purple.
Thank you.
Down low, I love it. Thanks for bringing it out, man.
Thank you.
Well, Don, this is an interesting car. This is an '89 Trans Am pace car. Pontiac
Yes.
Trans Am pace car for the Indy 500. But this one is a pretty special variant of it. This actually is one of the festival cars, right?
Yes, they made 1,555 replicas for the pace cars. 138 were festival cars with a cloth interior. These ones went directly to the track.
Oh, did they? Okay, so how did you come to be in possession of this? Because this is a pretty rare car.
Yeah, I found it at Carlisle Find. I was at the auction. There was two of them, and the auctioneer had said, well, this one doesn't have the optional leather. And I had known a gentleman.
You were like, really?
I had known a gentleman that was married to McLaughlin. He was.
You mean like Buick McLaughlin?
Yes.
Okay.
And he had one when I was a kid, and it had a cloth interior, and he had educated me back in the day what the cloth interior car signified.
So you knew it was special. Is this the original interior?
Yes.
Man, that's beautiful. T-tops, did they leak like all of them do?
Yes. And they were at Indy. These were Lexan. So if you're lucky enough to have an original car, they'd be Lexan.
Wow, wow. And you know, the spoiler was part of the package. And you were telling me something, that dot's special, right?
Yes. When you see the Indy car, somebody scribbled these on the right on the trailer.
Uh-huh.
This was supposed to be 137. It's barely legible now, but this was the designate number to this car for the Indy plate.
Of 150, what'd you say, 138 or?
138 for the track.
Wow. But the amazing thing about this car to me is, and I can't believe they did this, is what's under the hood. Let's go look at that. Okay, now, that's not even a Pontiac engine, is that correct?
That's correct. That is a Buick GNX engine variant.
And that's how it came.
They had to change the heads So anybody who knows what a Grand National engine or familiar with them will see the center bolts on these heads, which are front-wheel drive passenger car heads that they had to have machined so that the custom headers would fit between the shock towers. It's got a cross-drilled crank, it's got forged pistons in it, and 4-bolt main caps.
My goodness, I mean, they built this thing to be a pretty powerful car.
Yep.
Is it? I mean, is it fast?
They say it's dynoed at 301 horsepower. That's what they dyno them at. The factory rating, because they couldn't be above the Corvette, of course, was tongue-in-cheek 245
Wink,
horse.
wink, nudge, nudge, right?
Yeah.
1989 Trans Am pace car sporting a Buick Grand National turbocharged engine.
Yes.
From the factory.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Thanks, Don.
Thank you very much.
Oh man, Wheels on the Bay is an absolute blast. There's some great stuff up here, only 2 hours east of Toronto. Check it out.